Welcome back, everyone. So, next, Jessamine, can you please share with us why and how these interests of yours they're meaningful to you?
Yeah, sure. Um, I feel like for me, since I'm majoring in psychology, I feel like it's really meaningful to me since I feel like with the help of some knowledge from psychology, I can actually help people. And that's why I'm really into the field of clinical psychology, so that I can help adolescents like the 16-year-old boy that I mentioned in our first video. Um, yeah, because I feel like they're the future. They're the future generation. They are the future of our countries, our world. Um, I do feel like it's really important for them to have a really good personal well-being um, while they're like in the time during the time they're growing up. Okay, so there's like one thing that I learned from the TV show Criminal Mind is that a lot of serial killers they might not have like a happy childhood. So I feel like it's like their parents didn't really show emotional support to them, and they're usually suffering from their I would say like some kind of domestic violence, and they are probably not having a good mental health while they're living with their family. So yeah, so I feel like it's really sad for those people, for those serial killers, because I feel like if you could have a good environment and people are supporting your families, the families are loving. I feel like those tragedies of murdering others, or like harming the society, um, like these kind of tragedies would not happen. Um, yeah, like there's like a lower probability for them, like to be turned into a serial killer or like they committed crimes or something like that. Yeah.
I see, yeah. So it's yeah, I think what you're saying is that it's really important to actually help others, and maybe it's like recognizing that they might be in like a hard time and actually helping them out, or like from maybe just like some of your friends, if you see them being a bit depressed or down, I think maybe if you just like hold out a hand to them and say like, do you need any help or like something like that. So I think that's really great to actually just help others around you, and also as you said, that 16-year-old boy that you met during your job shadow experience. So I think yeah, having I think from you I see that you really enjoy helping others, and I think that is something that really helps society as a whole. So I think, yeah, it's great. Like it has a ripple effect because if, for example, if you help someone and then they might, they might go into helping someone else. So I think just letting the happiness and like letting the love spread, I think it's a good thing in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah,
yeah,
for the like the serial killer case might be too severe, but yeah, that's like one of the potential consequences for people who suffering from some like bad parenting style, such as like domestic violence, something like that. Because yeah, like they really need um, like good advice, and then like they really need to be cared for their mental health, something like that. Yeah.
yeah, and also just being like maybe being perceptive and trying to like recognize these things. I think is also really important in general. So like after talking so much about psychology and about your school, is there anything like about yourself that you'd like to share? For example, some of your hobbies or things outside of psychology and outside of school. Is there anything that you enjoy doing?
um Let me think. um I actually really enjoy gardening.
Oh,
It's
really?
like I really enjoyed growing something from a seed. like so because I don't usually buy like a pot of flower like you like those people have already planted, but I really enjoy the process of growing something from a seed to a plant. I would say like for example, I really love to grow some I would say tomatoes.
Ooh, okay.
Um, yeah, because I feel I really love tomatoes. Yeah, so I really enjoy the process of actually growing them myself and then eat them myself.
Yeah, because like I think it's really satisfying. Like I think maybe just like how some people work towards their goal, right? Like just setting that goal and then like working hard and then using efficient methods and just I mean getting to your destination so called. Well, like I mean, because like it's actually I think what you're saying here like it links with enjoying the process instead of actually focusing about like the final point, like not the finish point, but basically enjoying all the process. So I think that's actually really interesting because like I've asked people what they enjoy doing, and then I mean everyone has unique answers to that. But I think gardening is definitely a really cool experience. I might try that out someday.
I feel like I even thought about like going to UC Davis and then studying um, farm like what was that like the gardening related major like farming something like that. I actually really thought about that.
Mhm.
um yeah, I feel like if I cannot like go to if I cannot like eventually succeed in majoring in psychology, or like I changed my mind, probably I was actually thinking like going to UC Davis. Yeah, but
I see. So, like, in the end of this interview, is there anything that you would like to share for the people that are also interested in psychology or maybe just gardening and maybe like in terms of application in general, do you have any advice for them?
I feel like for psychology, so I would first talk about psychology. I feel like it's really hard to like keep pursuing psychology all the time. Um, yeah, because I feel like I sometimes don't really feel determined enough to continue my study on psychology, since there are a lot of like a lot of my friends who are majoring in economics or like business. They're trying to find their jobs. They're looking for internships during the summer. But for psychology, I really want to go to graduate school because I feel like if you only get a bachelor degree, it's not enough to actually enter the career of psychology or even like clinical psychology. So you have to go to grad school, and then grad school really values research. So basically, you're doing like research to prep you for graduate school. So yeah, because I feel like people are doing internship and they're getting paid, and then like for my research, I'm not getting paid since the URAP was like a the program provides you the units instead of like money. But for my friends, they're looking for their internship, and those internships are paid, and they're hunting for jobs like after they graduated. And yeah, so it's like pretty practical. And you probably sometimes would think like what if I can get a job, or like if I'm not majoring in psychology, I probably would go into the field of economics, so I could go to some like I could do like investment banking, or some kind of business related field, and then earn a lot. Yeah, so I feel like sometimes I'm not determined enough to pursue like the psychology, or like I'm not determined enough to purely do research. um, yeah, so there's a lot of like temptations,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
So yeah, so I feel like it's really important um, for people to stay. I feel like it's really important to know like whether you want to do psychology, since it will probably get bored when you see the like the complete image of psychology. You probably would think that it's not what you want. Yeah.
Mhm. I see. Yeah, so basically it's like trying to maybe trying to get to know more about what you think you enjoy doing and actually delving deeper. And maybe like Jessamine, you might find that what you like right now might not be what you really want to do in the future. But I mean, that's totally okay because like I think that's really common because like what we like doing now might change, like maybe even tomorrow. But I think what's good is that we should actually embrace this change and just I mean, find a new interest. Like, I mean, gardening is great as well. So, I mean, there isn't like a good or bad between like what you enjoy doing. So, I think maybe the key thing here, what Jasmine is trying to pass on to us, is to actually just find your interest and maybe try it out. And it's totally okay if you don't enjoy doing it, because like there's so many things out there that's so cool that you can try out every day. So, really happy to have Jessamine share with us today, and thank you all for listening. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us, and don't forget to click subscribe on the bottom. I think it is, but yeah, because Steph having us taking a small step forward is actually already growing every day. So thank you all so much, and see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.